This Thursday at 6 o'clock, it's time for another True Geordie fan poker tournament. And don't forget, it's free to enter and I will be live during the tournament playing with you lot. The prize pool is $1,000 tournament dollars, which will double if we get more than 1,000 of you playing with us. And on top of that, if you knock me out, which someone did last week, as it happens, it wasn't Conor McGregor, you will win another $100 in cash in your account. So if you want to play poker with me, all you have to do is click the link in the description below, download GG Poker. So once you've downloaded the game on your computer or your phone, simply sign in. It's very easy to do. Go on tournaments, search True Geordie, and then click on that tournament, and the password is double down. So I'll see you there at 6 o'clock on Thursday. Don't forget, send the link to as many of your mates as you can, because the more of you playing, the more tournament dollars we can win. Don't forget, you have to be 18 to play. Terms and conditions apply. Play responsibly, and you have to be in the UK or Ireland to take part. Thanks for watching. Now enjoy the video. Oh, inside.
No, this is it. This
Man
is
City
it.
are through.
Good timing.
This is it. Handball.
Rodri.
Surely it's a goal.
Goal.
Manchester City.
Goal.
Rodrigo
Goal.
scores. 1-0 City.
He's done
Why
it.
did they stop playing though? That was surprising.
There's no way back from this.
I've got to give credit to the run of Bernardo Silva there, and nobody tracked Rodrigo.
What a finish.
And you know what? I didn't realise. But to bend that shot around two players from Inter Milan, that was skill. It's all over. Manchester City are treble winners. They've won the Champions League. Well done.
Wow.
It's done. They did it. Incredible.
I'm going to be so honest, yeah. I'm so glad that they've done it. And I appreciate people have a lot of feelings about them and FFP and how they managed to go about it. But there's no way you can convince me that them as a club haven't taken football to another level in terms of how to operate themselves as a business, as a team that has multiple teams that are running really, really at a high level, as a media business. All the elements are things to be replicated. They've done it, and they spent around about the same amount of money as Man United. And this is not a jab. They spent roughly about the same amount of money and probably the same amount as Chelsea, and they've created a team where you can see in their under 23s and in the under 21s and in the under 18s groups of players that can potentially play for them one day. They've done it in a way that is really complex, and I'm incredibly happy for them. Congratulations on the treble. That really does put them up there on the big boy table.
To remove the money element out of it, these guys have absolutely earned it. I mean, Erling Haaland, the signing of Erling Haaland was made to win them the Champions League, and it's worked.
You know,
Clearly.
this is the PSG product gone right.
Manchester United, it's been 10 years since they won the Premier League, and Manchester City are Champions League winners. Treble winners at that.
Uncomfortable conversation.
Mate.
And they beat us in the final.
And we're now looking at like Man United, who, don't get me wrong, are doing all right in the league. They're not bad, but like Manchester is blue. Before now, the Man City project, it felt like, you know, buying titles and all of that. But when you win a treble and you dominate every fucking competition that you're in, does it now change the way the perception of Man City is, which is that they are now European royalty, they're in the elite. You've won a Champions League.
All right, can I ask you a question though? If Man City and all that stuff does come out, yeah,
Are you talking about the 115 charge?
Yeah, all that stuff comes out and they say, you've done this. Now, let's say you've been running a race here, and what do we say? Forget about all the stuff you've done in that race that you was running, and we just accept
like a drugs cheat, so to speak.
Yeah. Like, because just imagine, if they get done on those charges.
If we found out Usain Bolt was on gear the whole time.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because that's all a part of this. That whole thing, you can't throw it out and say, well, it just started then. And I get Pep walked into a wicked team and this, that, and the other, but you're now having to deal with financial fair play. There's a lot of things that you would like to increase. You'd like to change the speed of what
Newcastle have the money to buy every City player 10 times over.
But you can't because of said matter. Now, if it's hard to take something away because on the pitch, they're incredible. Pep set them up, fantastic. You can't take that away, but you can't not acknowledge it though. It's like do
you know what I think though? Like to be fair to Manchester City, and I'm just speaking like off the dome here. I really haven't considered this, but I feel like even if Newcastle do everything right, if we adhere to the FFP, if we jump every hole and all of that right, if we win a trophy like this,
incredible.
everyone is going to say, well, you only did it because of Saudi money. It doesn't matter that we adhere to the FFP. So to be fair to Man City, one thing I will say on their behalf is like, even if they hadn't have done that and they'd got there, everyone and their dog would know you've gotten there because your owners took you over.
Yeah.
It's not because you had abided by the rules, or you would have never have been this club without them. So
I just think the fundamental point is you still got to do it. As we said, Manchester United and Chelsea have spent near enough similar amounts of money, and they haven't even they're not even in a place where it's like it's close. Like one or two pieces, and then like, we're actually going to do the treble. They're miles away. And so respectfully, it's like, you still have to do it. You still got to build the infrastructure. You still got to get the players, the right coaching. You still got to get the right leadership in. You just got to do it. And also, this narrative around Manchester City spending money is almost the laziest. It's like, this is why I don't engage in it. That's why I don't even engage in it.
Look, no one should take away what these guys have done.
But the reason the narrative is there,
though.
I just want to make sure that all the facts are on the table and people can say what they want, is the allegations of that there was secret payments being made. So that, for example, 50 million for Erling Haaland does not add up. And we haven't even discussed that yet. That's why people bring that up. But I hear you, Marv. Like, no one can say that isn't a really well-run club, that they don't play amazing football, that they aren't a great football team. And they've just put the icing on the cake. Like, this is now a generational team where we're going to have to wait.
And by the way, this is the first time that they've ever signed one of the best players in the world and just plugged him into the team. Has systematically built a team of like players that are worth 50 million, 60 million. Most of their signings operate between 50 and 70 million euros. Only Grealish and allegedly Haaland go outside of that. And so for me, it's like building that is a real art. And I just hate the fact that it gets eroded, because there's no way that other teams can learn if we just simplify it as like, yeah, they just spent money. Because Arsenal are building an incredible team right now. And actually now you're like, I'd rather we sign 3 players. This is the first summer I've ever gone into Arsenal and thought like, I don't want 5-6 players. I just give me 3 players that were better than the ones we have, and let's go again and let's build steady, because we've got a great group. The same thing that they've been able to do over and over again. I think they're the model of how to move forward. And as long as they haven't done formally anything illegal, I think their legacy will stand for
just out of interest, if we find out that they've broken the rules, how will the table feel about this treble?
I think it's a blemish, but I don't think it's a removal of what they've done.
It'd be very annoying, not just for Arsenal fans. Imagine Liverpool fans.
I think it's a disgrace. That's what you have to call it. Like,
that's how it is.
The only thing that people will say. It's the only place where we say we acknowledge people cheating, and it's like, they're still sick though. Look how great they cheated.
But what are the players and the errors? Because this is not in the last 3 to 4 years, right? So it's not this current.
I'm saying the whole build-up though. I'm saying that how we got there. You're talking about
the platform.
First
and foremost, I hear you. What I'm saying is it diminishes the level of impact it has on this particular treble. Every year that that has gone on, that they haven't been operating in that way, it diminishes the impact. So this is what I'm saying, like...
Because they should have a probably European ban, fam. They should probably not even be in the thing, fam.
All those things are on the table and valid if they happen. But what I'm saying is to sit there and be like, this particular team that's won the treble. Because we would have said, the last 4 years, we would have said that those teams were better than this particular team, but they play better football and they got more points on the board. But they figured out a way to do it, and I feel that they deserve the credit.
We can't deny them. City are the best team in the world. Like, and it's official. Like right now, you like players like Grealish has left Aston Villa. This is the pinnacle. You know, when you talk about 100 million and stuff, well, it's worked. You know,
I'm really happy for him, for example.
Grealish, he's sitting in the elites. Like, he can now sit down with the Sounezes of this world. And I'm a Champions League winner. I'm a treble winner. Talk to me nice. All of these men are different now. Forever, historically, their pitches
I already feel differently about this Man City team in a way. Like, I feel like when you play Man City next season and they come to your ground, there's a level of respect that's gone up. It's like, you're treble winners now. This is, you've done something that in my lifetime, has been done once. And now twice.
They're going to win the World Club Cup. They're going to win everything.
What happened to Man United after they won the treble, by the way? What was their trajectory after?
I just remember celebrating it. Obviously, you haven't had that European success.
Good question. Look, for the table, in terms of... we've obviously never looked at Man City in a way that we look at Arsenal, Liverpool, Man United, and Chelsea even, because they weren't European champions. Manchester City have just done something that Arsenal have never done.
Thanks.
Sorry, guys. But do we now have to reevaluate Man City in the grand scale of Premier League football club? Like, do they now come into another level where you're looking at them like, okay, Liverpool, Man United, Man City.
The last 10 years has been crazy, but the last 6, in terms of how many, they've won so many Premier League trophies, it's ridiculous. So we have to, even when you talk about Manchester being blue, I'd say it's seriously purple. Yeah, like the colour merge, and don't get twisted, that blue thing is crazy, right? This is ridiculous. I'm so sad. I'm not gonna lie to you. As a United fan, I'm gutted because you can see the difference of Woodward. And soon they had a plan they done this. Even if you can say corruption along the way, they took the Barcelona guy, the guy that was they took him first. He got there before Pep to lay the groundwork, and they were always building for this moment. And you look at the wider area around Manchester, and you look at when Man United fans are talking about Glazers this, Glazers that. You've seen the difference when you look at the Amazon documentary of Man City and how they are run, just in terms of building up their area. It's different.
Do you know what I think this might do? It might galvanise the Man United fans towards the Glazers even more now and going, you better get the fuck out.
We say it so much, and you see Sir
I know,
Jim,
but now you've lost your treble.
No, we say it. Sir Jim, Sir Jim that wants to hold on and bring in this prick, keep the pricks at this club is a disrespect. This should be a sign that, again, on our watch, in the last 10 years, this is what, like, you've allowed them to do it. Because, again, this is a team that, these were squatters, guys. And these squatters, have built a pool. They built on the land. These guys they've taken over. They've taken over the ends.
I want to give credit to one man in particular. I've given him criticism over the years, but Pep Guardiola, what he's achieved here, to win the treble, yes, obviously the money, but you have to give him his credit. This has been
quality of football.
Pep Guardiola's really put himself in that conversation now of like GOAT status as a manager.
He's a GOAT.
Yeah,
he's a GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
He's a GOAT. He's a GOAT. There's a few though. No, there's a few because
there is.
You can't leave out
Ancelotti's up there.
You can't leave out Ancelotti. Yeah. You can't even leave out Zinedine.
Mourinho's got multiple Champions Leagues.
You can't leave these men out.
None of these managers, I'd say. I'm not saying they don't, but Pep has the biggest impact on football.
This morning I said to myself, KG, you've watched everything. You've seen your team, your childhood, your teenage years, formative years, they were great. You watched Sir Alex and it was wonderful. But you see this shit? I thought it wasn't going to hurt, bro. This fucking hurts.
It's brutal.
I can see it though in my peripheral vision.
I've never been more glad that Sunderland are shit. I swear to you. I'm so glad Sunderland are all right.
I want you lot to I honestly want you guys,
Spurs.
This is what I want for everyone at this table. I want you to experience your closest rivals doing shit. I want Spurs. I want Arsenal to see Spurs doing this shit.
Spurs win a trophy.
I want Fulham to do that shit over there. I'd
be quite happy for Fulham.
No, you won't be. At first, it sounds
here it is.
See that? See that little brother thing?
Yeah.
At first, it seems exciting. You're like, oh, well done for that little team.
Who wouldn't you be excited to see?
Then it gets nuts.
Who's your rival?
It's so funny to think back, right? If you look at the journey in the last 15 years, Santa Cruz and players like that being signed by Robinho,
Johnny, Joe.
Adebayor.
Remember Joe?
Mate, Adebayor doing the knee slide, and now Erling Haaland, the machine, the robot, puts the trophy on his head as all the Man City fans.
Does anyone want to be on the fly on the wall to see what Jack Grealish is going to do tonight? Because I'd like to.
I've got a feeling what he's going to do if those pictures are going to.
I don't think he'll remember what he's going to do.
Yeah.
It's going to be Love Island special, Love Island, a Love Island London special where he's going to enjoy his night.